Yo, it's Davie Napalm, and I'm here building with ULSTN Media.
This is ULSTN Media's Build series platform specifically for independent artists and creators. I got a very, very special guest in the studio with me today. Just amazing artist, producer, rapper, Davie Napalm. Davie, man.
Yo. How you doing, dog?
How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm about to turn these sounds off of this so we don't have no distractions. I'm feeling great. I cannot complain. Everybody's healthy and happy.
Yeah.
You know, scrambling as usual, like I was telling you, but shit, dude, that's just part of that's what I signed up for, I feel like.
Hey, life be lifing, man.
That's a good life.
It's a test of your resilience.
Yes,
you know
indeed.
what I mean? You know,
I won't fail.
no, you can't. You can't.
I
You can't
won't fail the test.
You know what I mean? But this is your first time with us in the studio, man. So what I like to do with first time artists is we like to kind of go from your origin story all the way up until present day. So my first question to you would be, how would you describe your childhood?
My childhood was dope, man. I'm not gonna lie. It was dope as fuck. And I feel like, you know, I was just blessed as a kid to have parents that really cared and that were willing to make the sacrifices to give us the attention that we needed. There was 5 kids in my family, so.
Oh, so you got like 4 other siblings?
I got 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Nice.
And man, we had a blast growing up, dog. I was homeschooled until I was in 6th grade. And yeah, bro, music was like at home. Music was just like food. It was like just a normal part of life, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like a thing to me, you know what I'm saying? I thought everybody's life was like that. Let me tell you how far this shit went. I remember I was chilling with somebody and I turned on a movie. I was like, I'm going to show you one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And they were like, bro, this is a musical. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, everybody's singing. I'm like,
that's what people
that's what movies are. Isn't that every movie like that? You know what I'm saying? And I was just, music was just such a normal part of my life. I just thought everybody was as immersed in music. And it's not that we grew up playing instruments, really. But, I mean, fuck, making up songs and singing. My mom used to make up songs about anything. We used to be riding back from the zoo. And anytime we would go the back route home, we would sing this song called The Back Way Home. And, bro, that shit was a classic, bro. I'm telling you, like, that shit went platinum at the crib.
It's just something y'all made up as a family?
It's something my mom made up. And we would just be singing that shit on the way back to the crib, bro. Like, every time, dog. Like, for real.
That's what's up, man. What did your mom and dad do for a living?
They were both in the military.
Okay.
And my mom left the military to have us and raise us. My dad stayed in the military for a bit. He was a Marine. She was in the Air Force. And then my dad, after he left the military, was doing different types of jobs. I remember he was a mailman at one point. He fucking hated all them dogs and shit. He'd always come home like, I had to spray one of them damn dogs out there. He was a teacher. He was like an ROTC teacher at Roosevelt High School at one point.
Nice. I graduated from Roosevelt.
Yeah, man. He did various things, you know.
Yes.
And then my mom, once we were, well, like when I was in 6th grade, like I said, I was homeschooled until I was in 6th grade, and we wanted to go to public school hella bad because we saw all the kids getting off the bus and like, talking and having fun and shit.
Yeah.
And we were like, damn, I want to do that. And so she let us go to public school, which was, I regretted doing that shit. I just got nothing but trouble when I started going to public school.
This was in St. Louis?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I went to a good school, though. It was supposed to be like one of the Parkway South. It was like, that's why my parents moved to that area, because it was like a nice school.
Because I was thinking St. Louis City Public School.
Nah. It wasn't even a bad school. It was just, kids are bad as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? We grew up, I mean, we were still kids, but, I mean, we grew up with some serious respect that was expected from us. You know what I'm saying? And when you deal with other people, you deal with them with respect. Otherwise, there's serious consequences. You know what I'm saying? And so I go to school, and everybody's talking to each other crazy. And I'm just not even with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be just saying anything. The first time I got on the bus, you know what I'm saying? I get on the bus, walk in, and, you know, everybody's saving a seat for their friend and shit, or they don't want some random person to sit by them. So, like, people are, like, sitting on the end, and they got their backpack in the other seat and shit. And at one point, the bus driver's like, hey, everybody sit down. I'm about to take off. I'm like, I need to sit down. So there's a dude right here next to me, and he had his backpack in the other seat. And I said, yo, I got to sit down. Can you scoot over? And he was like, find another seat, douchebag. And I was just like, bro, I don't even know what that means. But I'm going to beat your ass if you don't scoot over, bro. I really don't got no time for this shit. Like, ain't no fucking way, bro. Scoot over right now. I'm not even playing with you. And, you know, right then, I was like, nah, this is different. This is not what I thought this shit was. Like, motherfuckers is talking crazy, mad, disrespectful.
Did you have a squabble on your first day?
No, not on my first day, man. You know, first day, that was some bullshit first day, but no, I didn't really get into fights like on some, I got problems with people. You know, we grew up, we'd be fighting in the bathrooms and shit, you know, and there's boxing in the bathroom and shit. Like, we grew up doing that, and don't get me wrong, there was like some issues I had with cats, but man, I just grew up where, you know, there's just certain expectations. I'm not finna fight for no reason. And if we fight, I'm finna just do you filthy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying not to get into them type of situations. And my parents told me, you know, don't go starting no fights. But in that shit, if a fight starts, you know what I'm saying? Don't be playing around. And so I stayed out of, you know, altercations like that for the most part until I was like, in high school. I remember I got suspended for a while for getting in a fight. It was ridiculous shit. Man,
I can imagine you having that military background, you know what I mean, raised in that, and then like going to a public school where it's just not
chaos,
as strict, you know what I mean,
no.
on respect and all of that. It must have been a real culture shock for you.
Yeah, it was, and it really, again, I feel like I just got in a bunch of trouble once I started going. Like, I stopped learning and I stopped learning what I needed to be learning and started picking up a bunch of, you know, bad habits and ridiculous shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, so in high school, you think that's when it really picked up, like just some of the stuff you was getting into?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You know, I was getting in a lot of trouble growing up. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even like, I was a trouble child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still me. I'm not a fucking demon. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going too crazy. But, you know, I used to, trouble at home. Like, I'm not getting in that much trouble outside of my house. But there's high expectations at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm getting in trouble for, you know, weed at school. I remember one time I was at summer school and I got, some teacher told the principal that he heard me talking about some pills. Now, I'll tell you one thing. I ain't never messed with nothing for real but some weed. You know what I'm saying? I barely even drink. But the teacher was like, oh, he said he had some pills. And so they searched me, and I had a little bit of weed on me. And then the principal was like, I would never expect this of you, Mr. Bowen. I'm so disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? This is a little bit of weed. You thought I had some pills. I shouldn't even be getting in trouble for this because this motherfucker's lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just making shit up. You happen to find a little nugget. Either way. you know, little shit like that, though, is major at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Even
so
just
a
call at that, like, your son's being distracting in class, but it's over with at home. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I get older, I'm getting arrested, but it's all just for weed. I'm not even going to lie. I was just only really getting in trouble for weed. And my dad's pretty straight edge, so, like, weed is like a drug to him, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he did smoke weed when he was younger, he would never tell me, you know what I'm saying? But to him, it's like, bro, we moved to this area to get you away from all this bullshit, and you're still somehow doing all this ridiculous shit at the house, you know what I'm saying? So that's what was getting me in trouble.
Do you still smoke weed?
Yeah, bro. I own a cannabis company. We breed we breed cannabis. And license it out to companies and yeah, man. I took a break from it for a while.
The stuff parents go through.
You know, it's legal now. So, and you know, in hindsight, it doesn't seem that bad, and that's why I was getting in trouble, because I was just telling them, like, you guys think it's bad because it's illegal, but laws and what's right and wrong is not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? What's illegal does not make it wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's actually wrong, it's wrong. And if I go to another state, it doesn't become not wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I'm in California and I'm smoking and it's legal, is it okay then? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't even make fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? I understand you don't want me getting in trouble, getting arrested and shit like that. That makes sense. But if I'm at the crib and I'm not, is it wrong or is it illegal? I don't know. Because niggas do illegal shit every day. You running red lights and rolling stop signs and getting bootleg DVDs and, you know.
Yeah. I feel you, man.
So I was like, shit, this is my bootleg DVD. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just my little slight shit. It don't hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, I was a kid. You know, I thought I knew what the fuck. I was still a kid. You know, you got to respect your parents. They're paying all the bills. They're feeding you and all that shit. Mm-hmm. But I learned that shit quick. I got kicked out when I was like 16.
Because weed.
Really, it was behind disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because the weed was a thing, but honestly, when I got kicked out, it wasn't even about weed. It was like me getting into it with my dad, and I was at a point where, you know, well, we gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it almost happened one time, like a couple days before that. Yeah. And so then he was like, "Nah, nigga, you gotta go." Like, nah. Yeah.
Y'all got into it really bad.
No, not. Nah, it never got too crazy because he was just like, nah, bro. But I remember one time we were walking into the house and he said some shit because I was doing some dumb shit. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Everything that I got in trouble for was worth it. Now, my parents, you know, again, they were strict, so the punishment for what I was doing was much more severe than what most people, but again, regardless of what the fuck most people are used to. Yeah. But for instance, when I was in high school, for every minute I was late, I was grounded a month.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And that's according to my dad's clock in his room, not the one on my phone or not the one in the car, his clock.
Yeah, your pops was really straight laced, man.
Yeah, that's after, you know, getting in trouble and doing. He's like, all right, you about to be out there, or you about to, you know, come home at this time. We're not playing no games, you know. So it was strict, but it was, I mean, it was out of love. They're just trying to keep me out of trouble, make sure I don't turn into a damn degenerate, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it worked. It worked.
Man. It all worked, all of it.
Yeah, it all worked, man.
It didn't go to waste, man. So
yeah, shout out to the parents, man.
I had a blessed upbringing, even though I've, you know, kind of did my own thing after I learned the basics of everything, and I kind of started doing my own thing. But it, you know, I think they're much more comfortable with everything in context of, you know, where I am now, because I didn't turn out to be a fuck up. Oh, so I was saying, I took a break from doing anything with weed really besides just smoking. I was like maybe a year or two out of high school, probably a year out of high school, and we got jammed up. I'll just put it like that. We got jammed up, and we thought we thought it was gonna come back to like my house, and I was growing all this fucking shit, and so we scrapped everything. You hear me? We trashed everything. We were like, it's over with. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, bro. Yeah, you wild, bro.
And then then I started a vegetable farm. I opened up a vegetable farm after that. And that shit did numbers. Like, it was trash at first, don't get me wrong. It was super fucked up.
So the cannabis...
I stopped fucking with the weed.
Stopped it, and that led to...
Stopped growing the weed. I was still smoking, but I wasn't growing it, just to clarify. You know, I didn't like... I was still rocking with Mary, you know what I mean?
And that led to...
And
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna tell you, this is how it happened. I thought I was gonna get jammed up, so we trashed everything. But then my money was all fucked up. I'm like, shit, we're not making no money. I'm like, what are we gonna eat? You know what I'm saying? You know, I can scrape together some little money to pay rent and whatever, but we need some food, you know, and some like quality food. We can't just eat top ramen. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up like that. We grew up eating at home. Mom was cooking for real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting. I need to eat something decent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I have no problem cooking it. But then there was this building across from my house that got demolished, and they just spread grass seed all over the plot. You know, it was just dirt and grass. And I was like, fuck, when I had a neighbor next door, and he was growing a bunch of food, had peach trees and chickens and ducks and all types of shit. And I was like, damn, if he can just do all that, I'm about to just grow some food right here in this lot. So I called the city. They told me who owned it. I called that dude. He was like, I thought the city owned it. If you want to just keep it maintained so I don't get fined, you can use it for whatever you want. I was like, shit, I'm about to grow me some food.
Nice.
Then I realized there's a farmer's market right down the block every Saturday. So then I teamed up with my neighbor and basically helped him grow what he was growing. We used the lot that I had, and we were growing and selling produce at the farmer's market in Ferguson down the street.
Nice.
Right. Then I realized I'm at the farmer's market, all these fruit farmers got like, you know, if you grow fruit, you have firsts, which is what you buy, you know, like the good-looking stuff that all looks perfect. Then there's seconds, like the stuff that's bruised or that has like a bug bite on it or that's like scarred or whatever. That's all called seconds. And there's tons of that. And they're selling that for basically nothing. So then I started making all jellies and jams, and I was making a fucking killing off that shit.
Off the fruit that was a little...
Yeah, like the waste fruit from the farms. But it wasn't waste. Like the fruit was just like too ripe to sit, like, you know, some of it was bruised. You know, they're picking them off the tree, and this one hits the end of the basket and breaks or busts, has a bruise in it. But I'm making it into jam, so it doesn't need to look pristine. It just needs to be clean and genius, delicious. So I started making a killing off that. And then I realized it was like I was kind of doing a bad thing because I realized people were buying so much of it, but it was just sugar. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were like, let me get 2 cucumbers and 5 jars of jelly. I'm like, I don't know if this is a good thing I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not even buying the right stuff off the table. You're buying 6 jars of sugar and like 1 fresh item. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was like, I don't like that shit, dog. So I kind of dialed back on that and got the opportunity to basically apprentice at this much larger farm with this crazy old man that I've built a relationship with over the years. And then that grew into me like leasing land from him. I eventually moved out there and like bought a house out there. And I was farming out there in Perryville, an hour outside of St. Louis for like 6 years. Then I moved the farm to Florissant.
Yo, so real quick, man, just to go back a little bit. How much you think you were making off the jams?
Off of the I was making a living damn near. I mean, it was going so crazy that eventually at one point I realized a lot of the fruit farmers lived, the ones that had the best fruit that were coming to St. Louis, they all lived in, they lived on this island in Illinois called, or they call the area Calhoun County. Mm-hmm. You take a ferry over to the island, and there's a whole bunch of fruit farmers. They're growing grapes, peaches, pears, apricots, plums, all type of shit.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of old folks and stuff. Not a bunch of young farmers, I guess. They weren't all old, but none of them were like my age. So then when I go over there, and I'm like a young black dude, so they're like,
yeah,
you want to buy all this shit? Yeah. Go ahead. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm making jellies and jams. He's like, what? Enough to buy all this? I'm like, hell yeah. Like, what? The price that you're selling this at is going to make me so much money? They're like, well, we have so much of this. Like,
yeah.
Jared, come down here. We got this kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, no fucking way. How much are you selling the jams for? I'm like this much? They're like, man, you can buy all this shit you want. I'm like, hell yeah. Man. They're introducing me to everybody. You got to meet this other guy. He makes this wine from all his different fruits. And I heard people like wine jelly. And so then they had me making this wine jelly, and people were going crazy over that shit. Cooked the wine down and then fucking...
And you stopped?
It was just sugar, bro. It was like selling candy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you make that stuff, it's a lot of sugar going into it.
I got you.
It's too much to just have that. And so, yeah, I stopped doing that. We were making, like, pecan butter, too, like peanut butter, but from, like, locally grown pecans. Doing all type of stuff. But, yeah, we stopped doing the jellies and jams just because I didn't want to add to the problem. I just feel like that was not I didn't realize how... The reason I was making a killing off it is because people are addicted to sugar. It's not. I mean, the jellies and jams were excellent. Don't get me wrong. But how much people wanted that more than the fresh vegetables was like... I felt like I was selling drugs again.
I'm sorry. I got you though, bro.
But it was good money, man.
But you went. I'm so goofy. but you started collaborating with another farmer who introduced you to, just other things about farming, and you were able to expand a little more with the farm that you had. Yeah, no,
he really taught me a lot. And he taught me just about scaling, He was doing large-scale farming. It wasn't commercial farming. It was like large-scale, human-scale farming. So it's not like we were using a bunch of machines, but we were growing thousands of row feet of crop, like 3 to 4 acres of space in food production, which is a lot of fuck. It doesn't sound like a lot. Yeah. Bro, it's a lot. I remember one year we did, shout out to my boy Alex at El Molino. When he was working at a different restaurant, we took on this project to grow a bunch of heirloom corn. And because all the corn that you get in the States is all fucked up and sprayed with a whole bunch of junk you can't really eat and genetically modified junk. Okay, so we were like, well, why don't people grow more of this? We'll do 1 acre, you know what I'm saying? And there was a byproduct that was from the heirloom corn. Some of the corn would get infected with this mushroom, but it was like a coveted crop. And so that became a whole nother revenue stream. Whenever we would get this mushroom, people all over the country were literally... Honestly, that might have been one of the things that kind of blew our farm up, like made our stuff really well known amongst chefs. We started growing this heirloom corn, which then led to us having what Mexicans call huitlacoche. But it's a mushroom that infects the corn. And so the ear of corn turns into a fucking like giant mushroom, and it looks crazy as fuck, but it tastes like mushroom and corn.
Yeah.
And but it's a very high value product that not a lot of people have, and so we started making a killing off that.
Wow.
But then when it came to harvest all that corn at the end of the year, because it's heirloom corn, conventional corn is bred so all the ears are produced at like the same height across the field, so that a machine can come through and harvest all of it, you know?
Yeah.
The heirloom corn, you know, the ears grow all over the stalk, so it can't be machine harvested. Some of these stalks are like, you know, 2-3 times the height of normal corn or modern day corn. So we got to harvest it by hand. And again, I didn't even realize how much an acre of anything was until it was time to harvest a full acre of something at one time.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And it was unimaginable.
Yeah.
You know, we had to call a bunch of people in. I don't even think we still got everything out of the field. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it's a lot. But he taught me how to grow things at a scale that's actually going to make some money. You know what I'm saying? And he was growing a lot of conventional stuff because that's what, you know, that's what's on people's grocery lists. You know what I'm saying? Broccoli, carrots, spinach. But then they also had like some really interesting specialty stuff that when I learned, you know, basically you can grow 100 row feet of broccoli or 100 row feet of this specialty Italian cauliflower. And it's the same amount of row feet, the same amount of work, but you're going to make 5 times as much money off of this other crop. Once I realized that, I'm like, all right, I'm not growing anything you can go buy at Aldi's anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a waste of my time. I'm competing with prices that I can't match. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to grow the stuff that tastes better than you can buy it at the store, but it's really not available anywhere else. You know what I'm saying?
So what's your best crop?
Weed. I'm just playing. My bad. No, I'd say the corn was a big. I just knew that.
This guy, bro.
The heirloom corn was a big deal, and that was a big project for the farm that made us a lot of money, and was just really impactful. Like, you might still. And the sweet potatoes, we used to grow like 7 different varieties of sweet potatoes. Like,
wow,
a lot of specialty stuff that I got from these farmers that that owned all this property that we were farming a small portion of.
You were able to provide for yourself and your family off your farm.
Yeah, man, it was beautiful.
Wow.
No, it was a successful endeavor, and the only reason that that I had to stop was, first of all, COVID killed shit because my main bread and butter was fine dining restaurants.
Yeah.
You know, I still sold stuff at the farmer's market. I want people to have access to the stuff, but to pay the bills, I'm selling stuff to these high-end restaurants that want all this perfect-looking stuff. We're growing it, the specialty stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And COVID hit, and there's no sitting down at restaurants or getting served no $40 steak. They're putting shit in these plastic to-go boxes if you're getting food to take out, you know.
Yeah.
And so that really killed. We just had a bunch of stuff in the field that wasn't selling, and we kind of offset it with doing this thing called a CSA, which is where people like kind of subscribe, and they get like a weekly box of stuff that's in season from the farm.
Nice.
And that was cool, but that's a lot of coordinating with individuals as opposed to businesses, which just for me that wasn't ideal.
I got you.
And then my kids were getting older, and I needed to take more time so that I could be there for my kids. And the farm was like having a newborn baby that never grew up. Yeah. Just couldn't leave it, you know. Yeah. Couldn't leave it unattended, otherwise something was going to go bad. So took a break from that. We'll probably open the farm back up in a few more years once my kids can help.
Man, that's truly amazing, man. It's like all of that, and we haven't got to the music yet. But that's truly amazing because I haven't had an artist or really anybody you know, who are just start making a living, you know, off of farming. You know, that's especially in a Midwestern city like St. Louis, man, is like pretty amazing, man. You know,
it was a good time, man.
How? I'm sorry.
No.
I was gonna ask. You know, how did you begin? You know, rapping and producing. Like, how did that come about?
I started rapping when I was in high school, and I wasn't that good at first. Actually, I was trash.
Okay.
And I realized it when my homie Bri B, shout out to my dog Bri B, who's doing some legendary stuff in the music game right now. But that was the first artist that took me to the studio. He was like, he found out I sang, because that's what I grew up doing.
Really?
I grew up singing, yeah. And then I started rapping when I got older and started getting in trouble and doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? It just, I liked rap more than the singing. Yeah. At that point, I'm like, I'm not trying to have my shirt off and shit with the girls rubbing. I like this rap shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was like, man, I found out you sing. I want you to come to the studio and sing on this record. I'm like, yeah, I want to rap on it too. And he was like, all right, bet. So then I sung the hook, wrote a rap verse, rapped on that. And I just remember he gave me a CD that had like the version that we recorded on it. And then when the song came out, my rap verse wasn't on it. It was just me singing on the hook. And I was like, damn, my shit was trash. Because I listened to it, and I was like, nah, he had to replace my verse. Because the verse he put on there sounds polished as fuck. And my shit sounds amateur as hell. Like, my singing part sounds great, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, I got to hit the drawing board, you know what I'm saying? So then right after that, I started taking that shit so serious, man. I was like, fuck, I got to be the greatest nigga alive. Like, it's never going to happen again.
Okay.
Ain't nobody ever taking me off a song again, you know what I'm saying? And then I started just working on my own solo stuff. When I got out of high school, I have a homie named Romero, and he came over and showed me how to use Fruity Loops and make beats. And because I wanted to start learning beats, because the cats that I wanted beats from, there was no way I was going to get beats from fucking DJ Premier and Pete Rock at that point. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But that's the beats I wanted. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got to figure out how to cook some of this shit up, you know?
Yeah.
And so I started learning how to make beats. I started working on like my debut solo project. This is probably at the beginning of while I'm starting farming, you know.
Okay.
I'm learning how to make beats and starting to work on my solo tape.
Okay.
Then I had a homie who was like, man, I know these cats are in like a jazz rap group. And when I was younger, bro, I was full of shit. And when I mean that, I was like, I wasn't trying to hear nothing nobody was saying. Like, I remember, if you were somebody who I feel like you weren't worthy of speaking on, like, you know, if my non-music homie is telling me I need to go listen to some search shit, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not listening to that bullshit. And if you like it, I'll probably hate it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I just remember the interaction that we had. I was like, he's like, let me show it to you. I'm like, turn that shit off. Yeah. I don't want to hear that shit. Please, if you like it, I'm going to hate it.
Right.
And one day we were chilling and he just like played it and I didn't know what was playing. I was like, damn, this shit hard, bro. What is that? He's like, this is that shit I told you.
Yeah.
There's these kids that I know. Yeah. Or these dudes, they were our age. They weren't kids. He was like, these guys that I know, they're fucking, one of them was my roommate or my friend's roommate. And so then we went over there and linked up with them and I popped out to one of their shows and bro, that shit was legendary. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, yo, fuck what I was about to do. This, I'm trying to be a part of this shit. I was like, yo, what I gotta do, y'all, like, sign me up.
Yeah.
And the rappers were fucking with me, but the band was like, who is this nigga? Like, because they all grew up together. Okay. All of them. You know what I'm saying? Every member of the group, they were like childhood friends. You know what I'm saying? It was a tight knit group. So like a random dude trying to join the group was like, not even something they had ever considered. They thought that it was in its final form already. You know what I'm saying? They're like, what is
yeah.
So then I told the rappers, I'm like, let me just produce a tape for us, and then we'll see if,
Yeah.
At least that's what I remember the sentiment being. It was like, while we're trying to get the band on board, let's try and knock this project out.
Yeah.
Because also people were off at college as well, and a lot of the band members were out of state in college, and so it wasn't even an option to do a band album at the time when I first linked up with these cats.
Gotcha.
So I produced this tape called maybe it was called How Live or something, and it was hella dope. That shit turned out. It started turning up their band because all these blogs started picking up this one song that we did a video for, and they were like, "Oh shit!" And then they were fucking with me. They're like, "Yeah, come on, bro, you got some more of that shit." And so then a lot of the joints that I had initially made for my solo debut project became group songs with this band that I joined called Loop Rat. And then I was just producing and rapping in Loop Rat, basically producing beats. Then the band, we would like make a rendition of it with this jazz band, and they would kind of build it out more than the arrangement that I had as a beat. We would kind of make it more. And I don't know how many years I was with them, maybe 4, 5, 6 years I was rocking with them.
Okay.
And putting out music and performing. We used to gig a ton, bro.
I mean, so much of the music a lot of the stuff that you put out, it's like, of course you rap, but it's like you put out probably about as much instrumentals as you do songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't know if everybody knows that, but definitely I put out a gang of beat tapes.
Yeah, man. Like, like, so, and it's like, it's kind of hard to say which one you're better at. You know what I mean?
Oh, brother, hopefully you can't tell. You know what I'm saying? The goal is for it to be indistinguishable.
Well, that's my point. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like, you're a lot of the instrumentals that you make are really, really good. You feel a lot of your instrumentals sound like you are a child of Jay Dilla.
Respect.
And I'm like, man, this sometimes at times it sounds like I'm listening to a Dilla beat. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's all love.
You know what I mean?
It's a great compliment. I can't.
Okay, I'm glad you take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
No,
any of the cats that I came up listening to, like I said, the DJ Premiers, the Pete Rocks, the Jay Dillas, but I listened to countless hours of those cats' music, so there's definitely going to be an impression made.
Yeah, I mean that was a lot of the inspiration.
Yeah, man.
A lot of your musical inspiration.
As far as on the hip hop side, I mean, there's a long list of cats, but just some of the legends from that era like made a great impact on what I was aiming for. When I was learning to make beats, like. Just how do I get it to sound like this? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, now, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you definitely mastered it. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
Just with like the most recent album that you put out, that was all instrumental. I was listening to it, man. I'm like, yo, man, this joint is fire. The
Napalm type beats.
3. 3. Yeah, 3. Yeah.
That shit goes. My girl was just playing it last night in the car, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is insane!" Like,
you made it.
Because I was on the phone with her one time. I was like, "I think I'm about to drop another beat tape." She said, "No way." you just dropped the craziest beat tape and most people haven't even heard it. Like,
Man.
you need to promote that. Do not drop another tape. Like,
man, I kind of feel like I'm all over the place, but
nah, that's my
forget
fault.
it, man. You know what I'm saying? We here now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But your album, man, Family Man, like, yo, bro, it's like the perfect blend between like instrumentals and rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just like it's the cover art. That's your family.
Yeah, it's my dad and me and my sister.
Wow.
Kick back.
Wow, man. Like what inspired that, you know, that album? Because like it's a lot of artists out here that really don't like talk about being a black family, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a lot of music art about that. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't know. You know, I think my family's a big inspiration for me, like with what I do, whether it be my kids or, like I said, all the stories and the memories of growing up and the impressions that my parents made. Like, all that stuff is like, I'll never run out of inspiration for music because of that, you know?
Yeah.
And, yeah, man, I just feel like I'm a product of all the people that just loved on me growing up, you know? And I just wanted to take a moment to kind of think about that as a musician and kind of pay respects to all the people that are always giving me inspiration. And, yeah, man, I just try to make music that's just real to me, that that's like real in the moment. And at that time, like, I was really just remembering, like, shit, bro. So many people have looked out for me in ways like, bro, I literally, I can't even get too much into it because I'm not about to cry on this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But people have really looked out for me, man.
You listen to Oprah is like, you know.
Nah, man. People have really looked out for me in my life, you know, to where I can be in a blessed position. Yeah, I'm nowhere near where I'm trying to be, but like I said, even where I am now is not because of all my own efforts. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have looked out for me in crazy ways, man.
Man, like, I felt it, like, from the first track, Count on Me. Bro. Like, you did that, bro.
I appreciate that, man.
Like, it's not a lot of records that you hear that really, like, touch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That spirit, that little spinal cord.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But that track, that opening track, Count on Me, like, if you're a black man trying to just do your best for your family, it's no way that you can't feel that record. You know what I mean? And I don't even think you did rap on that. Did you? You didn't rap on that, did you?
Nah, I might have just
kinda
like
spoke.
talked and then let the beat run at the end.
Yeah, but it's like you, as a listener, you know what I mean? Like, you felt like all of it. You know what I mean? All of it, man. It's amazing work, bro.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, man.
Glad to hear that. That's all it's for. You know, I'm just trying to make something that means something. You know what I'm saying?
The one track on there, Kids Rap. Are those your kids?
Yeah.
What made you put your kids on the track, man?
I didn't. They did it. They did it. You know, I'm always over there working on music. And that recording was probably like a couple years old at that point. And I didn't want it to sit in my archives and not be, you know, I've gone through so many laptops and shit. I didn't want it to just be sitting on a computer that I may not have later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was just listening through some shit and I was like, damn, how did I forget this little sound bite, this little recording? It was such a dope memory. But yeah, you know, I was just making music one time and my kids were like, turn the mic on. And I was like, what? They're like, yo. I was like, all right, I turned it on. They were just bullshitting. And man,
bro, they sound so, like, happy. You know what I mean? Like, and it just, I don't know, it just gave such a great, wholesome feel to the whole project. Like, it's not a lot of, like I said, it's not a lot of projects out there that feel so touching and wholesome, but not corny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
It wasn't corny at all, man. It was just like a beautiful track, beautiful project. And that track is like, any like I said, any black man who's been working hard in this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Trying to do this stuff, man, that right there, man, you feel that.
That's love, bro.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah, no, my kids are happy, bro. Yeah. They're happy even when they're getting chewed out. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm like, hey, that'll be still bullshit. Like, my youngest thing he always does is like when he's getting reprimanded for, he's like, okay. I'm like, bro, stop doing that. You're about to make it worse. Oh, okay. Yes, Dad. I'm like, nah, bro. We're not about to play with this. You know what I'm saying? But they're super happy kids. You cannot even, like, they have, like, a joy that you just could never trample on. You know what I'm saying? They're, like, just truly happy.
Man, I can hear it all in the track. You know what I mean? And it's just, like, it's a very, very beautiful thing, man. I really appreciate that project in particular, man. It means a lot to me, like, because I feel like it resonates a lot. You know what I mean? We, as black men, we go out and we, bust our butts, for our family, trying to do the best we can to provide for them. And sometimes, like, they just don't understand what all we have to go through.
Hey.
But hopefully they can look back, and see when they get older and more mature. Oh, that's why he did it. My dad do love me. My dad, you know what I'm saying, was there for me. He was thinking about me the whole time. You know what I mean? And you just did it so great, bro. You did it so great, man. Amazing project, bro. I appreciate that, bro. I got one more song I want to ask you about. Yeah. The Same Me song. Same me. Yeah, you just talking about like your family and.
It's on that project.
Yeah, on the family.
Play a clip of it, bro. Oh, bro, what a legendary track. Pause this. And I dropped this before I started taking my promo a little more serious, so I kind of need to go back and revisit, but there's so much new music, I don't know how to find the time to, like, go back and do shit.
Yeah.
But either way. You ever heard of a band called Bad Bad Not Good? If you haven't, go check them out. Super legendary. They have an album, like, with Ghostface Killer.
Gotcha.
Band of these kids, I don't even think they're from the States. Incredible musicians, like... And I don't know, I might have just said kids. They're not kids. They're like my age. The dude that made that, though, is the pianist out of the group.
Gotcha.
And I think he is a little younger than me. But he produced that track for me with one of his friends. And again, it was just at a time when that was what was on my mind, man. It's just... Man, just I don't know, just trying to speak my mind and I feel like also, because I'm always with my kids in reality, there's a lot of my music they can't listen to. Yeah. Even though they'd love to. Yeah. I want to hear the ones with cuss words. But I also wanted to make something that they could listen to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that had, I feel like none of my music is like necessarily made for the people that actually love me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's usually just like me talking my shit. Or like social commentary and whatnot, but nothing too close to home, and that's honestly not made with my people in mind, because again, you know.
Yeah.
I wanted to make something that I don't make music for my kids or for my family, but I feel like I owed it to them to at least make something that they could listen to and be like, oh, this is dope, and not have it be, you know, as rugged as my normal shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that was another thing that I was on. But yeah, man, you know, it's just, again, it was just at a time where I was really reflecting on all the incredible things that people have done for me in my life. And man, you know, my mom and my little brother Thomas, man, those people have really like just always been there for me.
Yeah.
In a crazy way. And so I had to make a little track.
I like it, bro. I think it's fire. You know what I mean? And it's not too many artists out there making stuff like this.
I appreciate
you know what
that.
I mean? Like so many people, you know, like I said, bro, I don't want to just bombard things with Jay Dilla, man, but you know how pivotal he is to hip hop.
Yeah, definitely.
You know how much he means to us. And it's like, I don't know, some of his spirit got into you or something. And it's like the instrumentals that you produce and create, along with that raspiness of your voice when you rap, you know, I mean, like, it's like a joy to listen to, bro.
I appreciate
you know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro.
Like I can tell, you know, some of the influences that's on you, but it's uniquely you. You know what I mean? Like, you're not, you know, trying to, you know, mumble rap like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you being your unique self, you know. So like it's just a joy, man. It's just a joy to have, you know, your works and what you've been putting out, man. You know, and I know you connect with a lot of guys that's not from the city. You know what I mean? Different artists and stuff, you know, reach out to you, and I think it's because of what you are able to create, man. You know what I mean? It really leaves a long lasting impression on people when they get to hear like your stuff. You know what I mean? And so, but bro,
thank you.
I think this might be the last question. Every time this time just be flying like it's on something else, man. But that video you did, Second Nature, was that your form?
Yep.
That is nice. I was watching the video like, yo, is this the actual, man? That is a nice piece of land that you got on there, man.
I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? Like, how did you end up shooting that and all of that?
I gotta give all the props to my dude, Louis Couture's. Is an incredible videographer and St. Louis documentarian who, honestly, in my opinion, did some of my favorite video work that I've seen come out of the city.
Yeah.
And working with him is just a pleasure. He just has a great vision for what he's doing, and his execution is unmatched. Yeah. He just would be like, you need 3 outfits, 2 pairs of shoes, this, that, and the other. We're going to be at this location for like 45 minutes, and this shoot's going to take this long, and bro's not playing. Yeah. Like, I remember I asked to pull over for a snack, and he was like, dude, you're going to fuck up the sketch. I'm like, fuck that. I need to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it became like this inside joke where he's like, bro, I brought a little snack for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're not about to fuck this up. And, but one of my favorite people to work with, and he's done a few of my videos. But yeah, he just came up with this vision, man, and I'm really not I feel like I pour so much into the music that my mind's really not thinking about a visual for a song, or at least that's my excuse. You know what I'm saying? So I like to work with videographers that have their own imagination and don't rely on me to give them. You know, I want them to do their art inspired by my art. I don't want to like tell you I want my video to look like this, you know, because I just don't have, I'm not that particular. I just want to make a video that people can enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So
I love that, man.
And so that was just a product of that, our collaboration, where he took the song and came up with a treatment.
I think I may have gotten introduced to Louis through your work, and I've seen him do other work with other artists. I haven't got the opportunity to meet him yet, but dude is amazing, man. He does some amazing work, you know.
Yes, man. You know, and his work really helped a lot of St. Louis cats get discovered, man.
Man,
the first video he did with me really helped people discover my music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because of the thought that he put into it, you know what I'm
Man.
saying, was just as much of the thought I put into making the record, you know what I'm saying? And so
You couldn't have, I couldn't have said it better, bro.
it is for people like that, you know, and
yeah,
I really appreciate.
I
the
love that collaboration between, you know, the art of the videographer and the art of the music artist.
Yeah,
bro, y'all nailed it.
I appreciate that.
y'all nail it frequently.
I try to work with him as often as I can. He's an interesting cat where, like, you know, you can't really be like, hey, I want a video.
Yeah.
You just gotta send him songs until he's like, oh yeah, here's a good one. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't pay him to do a video.
I got you, man. Davie, like, I feel like we definitely got to do a part 2, bro. Cause I feel like I ain't. I really didn't get to enough stuff with you, bro.
It's all good. You just let me know.
You know what I mean? But anything that you want to plug or tag, you know, let the people know before we get out of here, man.
I just dropped another project called the Napalm Tape.
Mm-hmm. Fire.
Go check it out.
It's fire.
It's like I was talking about before, it's me talking my shit. But again, there's some good, you know, there's some good messages in there.
Yeah.
And then I got a project that we're gonna be putting out soon. That Sunshine is a release from this upcoming project that's called No Feelings, which is like it's kind of a play off of Lil Wayne's No Ceilings tape.
Uh-huh.
You know, I grew up in that era.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't hear a lot of cats jacking beats anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or they do it, but in like not in a tasteful way.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And then you have like certain beats that like everybody just is like the ones everybody uses, but I just wanted to go back and pay homage to some of my favorite tracks.
Yeah.
And to tracks that I think would sound dope with some of the artists in my group.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we got some really dope remixes coming from a whole bunch of classics. No Feelings 1's going to be all classic beats. No Feelings 2, we're stealing all the, like, current shit.
I got you.
So, yeah, No Feelings 1, the first one's coming soon. And, just keep an eye out for that.
Looking forward to it, man. We got to get the exclusive, too, man. We got to get the exclusive. You know?
For sure.
But anyway, Davie, it was a pleasure.
Likewise, man.
We out, bro.
Peace.